Hey everybody, we're here for the Cap.n show tonight. We got a lot of guests.
Check.
Check engine light, please.
Checking the mic. Check.
Engine light. Engine light.
Remember in Portland,
engine light.
No.
Let's start it off with this song. This song is a local artist, Chris Godby. All the rest of the artists that we're going to play tonight are here at the podcast. Chris had a brother-in-law that's dying from heart issues or trying to live, so he's not here. So what do you think of this, Kurt?
Hi, I'm Kurt. I'm a friend of Kirk's. I like this song. I like the harmony. I'm a huge fan of harmony, and so just like I think "Sounds of Silence" is one of my favorite songs because it has really perfect harmony, and this song kind of smooths in the harmony really nicely, and so I can see myself just like laying back and chilling out and just kind of dwelling in it, you know. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Nice, Kurt. So, yeah, we've got a lot of people here tonight. I'm Cap.n. We've got Kurt here from New Jersey, but he's in our local area now. We're calling this the local podcast. We're all from East Idaho here. We have David. He's going to be in a band we're going to show tonight. We got Tanner, and now we've got another band here that is called Aanascent, and they're here. Should we play a track of theirs? Can I find it?
Sounds great.
It does sound great.
All right.
That last band is really cool. I'm surprised we've never heard of it at all around town. That was good. Play some shows with us.
He's a recluse.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Chris Godby, right?
You'd have to go there if you want to play a show with him to his house.
How many how many people
Let's
are
arrange
in?
it. We're coming for you.
Yeah.
How many people are in his band, Chris?
None.
Chris Godby.
He's he's very talented. He did every single thing.
That
Sounds great.
Yeah, he can play anything. He's really good.
Before we play a little bit from Aanascent and introduce them, let's do another Chris Godby song. Show you a little bit of his different styles. Chris has actually put in a lot of songs for movie soundtracks. Hasn't had any hit, but he's come really close. If anybody's heard of the band called Photograph, the guy that was the head one of that band is looking at Chris for doing some music for him.
That sounds very chill.
Chris, come join our band.
Please.
I've heard about him talking with Kirk. If he's like each and every conversation, Chris Godby's name is thrown in there somewhere, and I'm just like, where is this man?
He records everything himself? Sounds great.
Okay, in the background vocals is our own Mr. Porter on this song.
Really? Kent, you sing?
I do, now and again, when Godby can get it out of me.
Wait. So I don't know. So because the first time I met,
Here I am. I think I got a big note coming up here. Oh, I guess
You
not.
have a mic?
I do.
Okay.
the first time I met Mr. Porter, he was he listened to one of my songs, and then all he was hearing was like the studio critiqueness, right? Like, and then he was like, at the very end of critiquing it, we had to sit down and ask, but is it a good song? And he was like, oh yeah. But then there's this with the recording, and so I wonder, when you hear yourself in the recording, do you often be like,
Not much. That's
Hypocrite!
that's about the only one I've got.
In Mr. Porter's
One I'm
defense,
listening to.
he's usually critiquing songs so much he has no time to listen to them.
That's kind of what happens. I drive Kurt crazy. I start.
I'm like, let's listen to this music. But I
didn't like-
found I have to listen to it without Mr.
Somebody's
Porter.
drums I was complaining about and got him all off on one.
How hard are you guys on your like recording when you
Extremely
listen to
hard.
it? Yeah.
Because I record it.
So you're the main recorder and producer, David?
No, I am, yeah.
Yeah, the stuff that we're gonna play here tonight, David did not produce. We
Yeah.
did it very DIY.
Mine's usually less is more. That's usually my theory.
For us, yeah, we did all of it in an apartment, or like I guess a couple different apartments, and we upset neighbors and all that kind of stuff. It's that kind of.
You know you're a musician when you accept one neighbor.
All right,
upset
this is
one
another
neighbor.
song by Chris Godby. It's easier to play it right now than get to the
This
others.
is my favorite one, actually, that he does.
This is Mr.
Whisper.
Porter's favorite one of Chris Godby's. It's not Chris Godby's favorite.
It's because he wrote it and sings in it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't very
though.
many.
It's rare that Chris Godby sings in a song. He didn't give us this song, but we did steal it.
And
we're
it was
gonna
nice
play
that
it.
he gave us a minute and a half to talk before he sings, too. I checked it today.
Too bad for him, he's our friend, because we stole this song and we're going to play it.
He doesn't put it out there. I do. I have
Is
it.
this music available on Spotify or anything?
No, but I'll make sure it
The
is.
only place his music is
DistroKid.
available is on the Cap.n podcast right now.
That's
I'll have
awesome.
to start listening to it weekly.
Yeah,
Great.
let's do it. Let's do it. You know you're a great musician. You know when you're a great musician when like 5 seconds in your song you whisper. That's how you know. Like I can do that because I'm a great musician and they'll take it.
Yeah, it does have a very nice whisper.
I have a very nice whisper. Yeah.
Well, it's been 30 years. He left his people and he left his tribe.
All right, so here's Chris Godby actually singing the vocals on one of his songs, a rarity.
Yes, he
And he
engineered
sounds
everything, too.
fantastic on it.
Yeah, he does.
Does he have a home studio?
Nice. He's obviously a great guitarist. He's obviously like a. It's very defined.
I think he needs to hear he's a
That's-
good singer.
That's
I
what
think he
this
needs to be
podcast.
told. Let's all just tell
truthfully,
him right now.
That's what
Chris
he's
Godby,
gonna-
you're a good singer.
Should
not
we
a very
call
good
Chris
singer, it doesn't
Godby
stop
up and
me.
say, get over here?
We should just tell him right there, right now. Chris Godby, you're a great singer.
Oh, if I had that voice, I'd be singing all over the place. But I don't have that voice.
So I'm not singing.
There's no telling what I'd do if I had that voice.
He'd be so blushing right now if he was here.
This is literally the only song I've heard him sing on.
Yeah, it is the only one. He's got another one that he does. It's my other favorite. It's a prayer song, and I don't know if that one's out there at all because it's very emotional for himself. It was about him praying. Yeah, it was.
I think what's amazing about his voice is like some people, they kind of sing the way they talk, and if they can like, I've heard the best thing is like just my friend's girlfriend told them talk and then melody your voice, right? And then like because you're trying to pretend to sing good, just sing good, you know. And so if you just take your own voice and like you just kind of melody it out and just kind of stretch it and make it more flexible, then it'll come out really nice. And if you're not trying to be like, you know, like all the way up there, you know what I mean? And I think that's what I think that's what he's doing.
By the way, this is Kurt from South Africa telling us how to
West.
sing. West, South? What?
West.
Give us the name of the country.
Côte d'Ivoire. Translation in English is the Ivory Coast. It's in the western shores of Africa, and it is has 2 capitals, economic and political. Our major language is French, so moi je parle français. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Oh, and our mascot are elephants, so don't go around killing elephants or we'll have you on. I'm just kidding.
All right. Now, I believe our next band is not... Oh, More Chris Godby.
That is more Chris Godby. Yes.
Chris. Sounds
Who's
great.
playing the flute? Is that Chris?
That's a flute, but done with just
Yeah.
one of his keyboards, though. So, yeah.
All right, we're finally to your music. This is the one that's popular all over the place, but mostly not in the U.S. Is that correct?
That's probably, there are people in the U.S. who know who we are, but
Yeah.
Most of our fans that we're aware of online are overseas.
That's not rare. I've seen a lot of people.
We have found that a lot of our fans are from South Korea.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how most people get their
You
eyes.
gotta turn the vocals up on this. Listen to these vocals.
This you?
There's a super hot chick that sings for these guys, and she's here tonight. Her name's Ann.
How does it like being a husband and wife musician thing?
Convenient.
Yeah.
Very
We
convenient.
met like 14 or 15 years ago. We met in 2004, 2005, and met on the internet. I decided I was crazy about her.
Saved her from Texas.
Yeah, and we got together, and slightly before then I learned she could sing, and I just thought, wow, this is going to be convenient for me. So I didn't marry her because she could sing, but it certainly
It
was
didn't hurt.
Yeah, it was handy in case I wanted to create some music that needed a vocalist.
Nice.
Actually, online, he said, all right, I'm looking for a hot chick that can sing and is willing to relocate. Wrong? No, he didn't say that.
I wasn't willing to relocate, but he convinced me pretty quickly.
Now you say
So-
he stole you from Texas.
He did. He just swooped in and
Any guy that's strong enough to take a woman from Texas, that's a guy right there.
truth, yes.
Because Texas is it's a pretty powerful. People are really proud of Texas. Anyone that can take someone and willingly have them leave Texas, I don't know, man. I mean, I can see your music is awesome stuff, bro.
No,
There's
thanks.
some really strong, great women in Texas. There's no doubt about that. I mean, it is the home of the Dallas Cowboys, the greatest team in football.
Can you boys agree, David and then Tanner?
Sure. Yeah. I don't watch football. But
Sports, jerseys, running, and balls.
So do you play everything other than singing?
Make sure you get close to your mic when you talk.
Okay.
If
Lean into his when you need to there.
if it's not singing, then that's me.
Yeah. And do you have your own home studio?
Yes.
It's awesome.
It was broke for a number of years. I lost my main hard drive with the software on it, and then I lost the backup. So there's been a hiatus since I recorded. This song is actually about 11 years old. Recorded on Cubase 4. And my YouTube channel has a couple of songs that are pre-computer, pre-Synclavier, and they're 29 years old. I recorded them with a 4-track cassette,
That's
an
awesome.
old Tascam Porta 1.
And how many instruments are between you two? Like, how many instruments can you two play together?
What you're hearing is her voice and me playing keyboards, guitars, and samples going through the keyboards. The choir in here is actually called, it's symphonic choirs, and I use it a lot, but it's samples of choirs with ahs and ohs and oohs and things like that. And you can float it into your tracks pretty nicely.
I think I like the bass and the drums in this. They really like just kind of.
The bass in this is Albino 1.
That's awesome.
Which is a plug-in, obviously. Everything that you're hearing is plug-in except for the guitars and her voice. So the drums, the bass, all of it, that's how all of my music is, and that's always been since before computerization of music.
And her voice is great, though, as well.
It's convenient. What is really, we have some songs that I almost feel sorry for that it worked out this way, where I would literally, I'd write the lyric, and then I would play the notes on the keyboard and say, do this. And she'd just go, bang.
I'll say I just found the most
great.
convenient
Did you
relationship.
fall in
of all
love with
time.
her before you heard her singing voice or after?
I fell in love with her before I ever spoke to her or met her or knew that she
Or even
sang.
saw my face.
Yeah.
Ah.
She had a blog on the internet and was the first woman who I'd ever read that would just crack me up repeatedly, just make me laugh constantly. And I thought, can you imagine living with some woman who makes you laugh every day?
Wow, you fell in love with her online.
Yeah, and I didn't care. I mean, if she could have weighed 1,000 pounds and I'd have been like, yeah, I still want to hang out with her.
Just keep making me laugh.
Yes. I mean, normally a lot of men are like, I got to go hang out with my boys. I got to hang out with the guys. I want to get some laughs, right? No. I don't ever have to hang out with guys. I just stay at home. She's, and I get a laugh all the time. It's great.
Nice.
Is it pretty convenient?
No, it's very convenient. Very convenient. I don't have to do anything.
We're talking
And I
with
cook and,
Aanascent, and that is Mike and Ann that makes up Aanascent. Here's the next song.
Great job, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Sounds great.
You guys are good.
This is my song, I've Fallen. The Cap.n's always busy doing something like that. I just love this. The last one was called Air. Correct? This is Fallen.
This is Fallen, and this is
Yeah.
probably 9 years old.
9 years old. Oh, wow.
This is a couple of months before my system blew out, which I've just
Does that mean
recently
you
finished
can't edit them
rebuilding.
anymore?
I did find the multi-tracks. Some of the masters I'm missing, but
I
you
love
can
how
remake
Kirk
the
is
masters.
he's like, is that any excuse?
It's money. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
blow out your home studio, and you need thousands of dollars to solve that problem.
How do you go about blowing out a home studio? I don't have a,
You can build a really solid home production environment for less than 10 grand, but you can also buy a really nice used car for less than 10 grand. So, I mean, it's not a.
Decisions.
family for
Hey,
less than
I can tell you how you blow up a big stereo. You put Black Sabbath on, you turn it up all the way. I've done that.
Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
This was way before Rush existed.
Oh, they're pretty old, but Sabbath did come first. Yes, Sabbath
Yeah.
predates.
Iron Man,
A lot.
actually.
Cashmere.
That was Led Zeppelin. But yes.
I know.
But still, Cashmere, man.
No, I think Kashmir. Yeah, there's times when I listen to Kashmir and I say to myself, music should have ended right. That should have been the last recording in history. That was it. It's not going to get better.
Where I come from, where I was, where I cannot be, and it's a good thing. This change of goals, it brings me peace because I know
Listen to these vocals.
maybe falling from grace.
It's my daughter on the background vocals.
Really?
Yep.
Well, your daughter sings too?
Yeah, she does.
That's like a requirement for your family, right? It's like,
You
So the
can't
doctor's
get
like,
away
"It's a
from
girl.
Music.
Can
It's
she
in your
sing?"
blood.
what do you guys
Listen to
think of
this
the-
next part.
What do you guys think of the,
It drops. I just love the way your music went down.
how many songs?
I
do you-
just can't believe, I met all these great musicians right here in my little town. Ann works where I get my hair cut.
How often does your daughter feature on your songs? How often does your daughter feature on your songs?
She's in
Boy, that part sounded like Pink Floyd.
about 2, yeah.
This is a Fender Strat clean. and it's what I do. It's in the background too. I mean, there's most of the clean guitar you'll hear from me is a Fender Strat played on the bridge pickup, but 2001 American Strat. The distorted guitar you'll hear is a vintage '89 Ibanez RG 550, one of those old hot rods like Vi played before he had his own guitar, which is why you get my 1980s dive bombs in there, which are gone quite out of style, but I still like to do them. And my son sort of co-opted my RG 550 because it's an amazing instrument to play.
I think I'm falling in love with this vocalist.
Well, sorry about that. But, so
That's okay. I just mean I love her voice. I don't want to steal her.
my son is a much better guitar player than I am.
Falling so far. When they said I should I had to fall. Falling from grace. Falling so far.
All right, before we play another song from Aanascent, I think we'll play one from the Howls.
Plagiarized lifestyle, posed its originality. I don't know you anymore, but it's alright in comparison. I'm doing fine.
They're here with us.
How's it going,
I
guys?
told them that they were sounded to me like punk alternative. But what did you say? What did you say you'd like? You're indie rock.
Yeah, it's
Indie
indie
rock.
rock, which who knows what that even means, but that's what we are.
These guys have trumpet in your band. What else? That's odd.
We have 2 guitars, bass, trumpet, some synthesizer, and the drums, and I think that's it.
Yep.
Sometimes a little egg shaker,
Some bongos every once in a while.
sometimes bongos.
Barely gets you through the week.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. I
Catch mine.
think everything recorded is recorded live. I don't think we have any.
Everything we do is live.
So this one was live.
Yes.
That's what I thought. I saw your video of this. Now, what's the name of this song?
American Dream.
Yep.
You know, this song almost makes me kind of float away into a dream. It's just
That's
like,
nicest
this
thing
is
anyone's
you.
ever said about our music.
Can we quote you on that?
Plagiarized lifestyle, posed its
I like the drums.
Now, was this done multi-channel? You guys each had your own microphones, or did you literally set up the band and just play into a mic?
So it was recorded individually.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a friend help us out with the drums back in the day.
Yeah, Brandon Taylor from The Basement, if you've ever been to the venue in town.
But I assume you didn't have like your 15 mics on the drum kit.
I think we ran 8 mics on the drum kit or something like that.
Really?
We're working with a 32 channel, I think it's 32 channels, right? the
Baron Jack's
console?
32, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But now I have a recording studio at my house, so we do 10 microphones on the drums and mic everything up as best as we can.
Feel free to follow Greenwood Studios on Instagram.
Okay. Or just come and record at my house.
Where do you guys live?
I live 6 minutes west from here.
So you're local.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody lives 6 minutes from here. We're in a pretty small town.
Yep.
And are you like tenor? Are you like local or are you college?
College.
Okay.
Our whole band is here
Yeah,
for
we're still
college.
above college.
I'm doing fine.
So yeah,
That was a good place to start.
from the Howls
I
we
like
have Tanner and David.
Yep.
I might have your name right, finally.
We do like the drums. It just goes like Absolutely.
All right.
That was nice.
Here's another song, the only other one we've got here tonight from the Howls. We might as well drop right into it.
You and I will take the long way home. Drive for hours, throw away our phones. And I'm so tired of sleeping on my own.
This is what, the long,
Yeah, it's called Long Way Home.
but it's not Supertramp.
Yeah, a lot of heavy chorus, a lot of 80s new wave influence on this one, I think.
Yeah, this song has some synth in it. That's very, very 80s. We have a $20 DI synth that we use.
It sells for more than that on Reverb. Both of the synths we use in our band, we bought at DI for between $15 and $20 though.
They sound great.
Yamaha PSR 36. Yeah, one's a Yamaha, and they're both from the mid 80s. The other one's a Casio.
I still have my Kauai from the mid 80s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah?
I love the
Okay,
sound of
well.
those. Like, they're super fun.
It's
those old
great, yeah,
synthesizers.
great sounds.
Did you guys perform this in the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was there for this one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, synth is a more recent addition to the band. Before that, all the fancy stuff was just done on, like, the trumpet.
Yep.
We've had a trumpet since the beginning.
You guys found this synth in DI?
Yeah.
I'm in
Yep.
DI all the time. I never know where to look for this stuff.
Yeah, I also got a bass at DI one time from the mid 80s, and it's USA made. It's actually a really nice bass. It was only $50. It had been knocked
Sounds
around the
great.
shed for a while. You could tell like it's missing a lot of paint and stuff, but it totally works. Yeah, and the neck is still great. Like it's actually a nice bass. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm actually gonna experiment with painting it and stuff since there's not much to lose anyways.
You guys used it really well in this song.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We have a very good bass player in our band.
Yeah.
He's super talented. Everyone in our band is really talented.
What are the names of the guys in the band?
So our band consists of, I hope I don't forget anybody. Steven on lead guitar, he's playing right now.
There you
and
go.
then Lyle on bass, David on the drums. And then we've got Dallin and Cisco both on trumpets.
Yeah.
And Julin on the keys. That's everything.
Tanner Waite on the guitar and vocals.
Nice.
That's awesome, guys. I don't know, it's like I was listening to the synth, and because with synths, it's like some people just kind of blast it too much, right? And then the melodies are always like one note, keeping but you guys kind of like there's like a middle ground, and you guys got that middle.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks.
it's like a take on me kind of. You know what I mean? I like that a lot. You guys gotta show me the synth, and I gotta go to the eye with you, so I can just snatch your
It's
look from
great.
you. It's great.
All right, so that was the Howls. Before we play another song from Aanascent, we're going to play one from our other guest artist here, Kurt.
Hi.
So not Cap.n Kirk. We have a guy here, the one from the Ivory Coast. He's actually also from New Jersey.
That's true.
Yes, on your journey down, please ride my way.
All right. Here is Curtis Tape.
Top it.
Soon to be, all right, top A, whatever.
Well, I heard from a birdie that you're taking a trip, that you're gonna be gone, far away now, that you're checking yourself out.
He also plays every instrument and vocals.
I can tell you like the Beatles. I hear the influence, it's great.
Yes, on your journey, love, please
He's the one I decided he's the youngest one here, and he's the one that sounds the more classic
They
rock.
said you be gone soon, but I never really listened on that tune.
You should come play a show with us.
You're a big girl.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Curtis and I always talk about the Kinks. He even introduced me to a song of theirs I didn't know called Strange Effects.
Yes, on your journey down,
We met in the Verizon store. I don't know, is that okay? Curtis was working there at the time.
Yeah, I was working there, making sales, and I saw Kurt coming with his dog Boston, and I was selling him a phone, which he has today. And I was still recording stuff, and my initial reason for recording all this stuff down was it was a gift from my ex-girlfriend, actually. Because we had split, and she graduated college, and I decided to serve a mission for her. And so what I did was I wanted to make a really good present for her, and I obviously I sang her all my songs, and so I compiled all of the best songs that she liked from me, and compiled them all into one disc. Boom! Merry Christmas, mutual breakup. We're all happy, everybody's happy, and so I wanted it to be really, really perfect. And I put in about 10 songs, one disc, sent it. It was perfect, and then I met Kent, and it wasn't perfect, and I had to re-record it again.
Hey, I was the one that told you how to record. He just told you technical stuff. This is my stuff here. I had him turn his vocals up so we could hear it. Because they're good. Isn't it nice to be able to hear the lyrics?
I have a question. How much doubling is going on your voice here? How many vocal layers are recorded
You
here?
can tell.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot more than one.
There's me and me.
There's got to be more than two. It's during some choruses, right?
Yeah, so there are some other people there, which is on me, myself and I, and Kurt, and Artie, which is me. But it's kind of I didn't want to be like one recording of vocal all the way. So what I did was instead of copying the same vocal line, I just had another person follow that one as if. I felt like that was more authentic because when I listened to it, it was just kind of.
It's been a very common recording technique since the 50s.
Hey man, that's my jazz.
Yeah, no, it sounds very nice. The layering is really good. Your
Thank
voice
you.
really works well with itself. A lot of people cannot. No, seriously, a lot of people
Doesn't
cannot
his
harmonize
voice?
with themselves.
I mean, I couldn't believe it when I heard his music, guys. He told me he had music, but I thought, yeah, I'll listen to it, dude. But then,
Let me tell you, such a picture should be framed. Such a frame should have a name. You can call it what you like, but all I see is what we could be, my baby. Well, I can see your future brighter than tomorrow, baby. Come and let me show you, yeah. I can see your future brighter than tomorrow, baby. Come and let me show you, yeah.
and this song here, this is a rocker. This is Future Man. Kind of describes you. You're kind of in the future.
I'm over an old soul, man, but yeah, sure, why not? I'm living 30 years ahead. This one, like, again, this is me and my iRig. I plugged into my iPad. My iPad is my studio. My studio is wherever my iPad is. Closet, bathroom, that's where it is, right? That's where it is. And I use the bass synths inside the iPad, and I try to bring up the guitars and vocals more and soften the synths because they're electronic, and so I try to make it sound more authentic than possible. And so this is just kind of me playing again and again, and it takes hours doing this.
Looking forward.
Let's hear the start of
Common
it here.
technique. You fix
Can you see
the digital sound, the electronic sound, by adding some analog instruments, and it does not take many. A voice and a guitar is pretty much all you need to make the entire thing sound like a real band.
Such a picture should be framed.
And once again, after he thought he was done, I was like, okay, turn up the vocals now, then you'll be done. So then he comes to me, he's like, I've got it. And
I was
then
so sure.
I was like, what the crap, man? You've turned the music down too much.
I was so upset.
So
I was low-key really upset.
He almost didn't get this ready. He handed this to me just now.
No, today. I handed it to him as he was driving me here.
Yeah.
Because I bring him a disc, I'm like, this is great. Boom. He goes, because back then he was like, oh, the music is so high, you can't understand anything that you're saying. I was just like, okay, cool. Bring up the vocals, right? I bring it to him, tells me, Kurt, your vocals. They're up there. He goes, okay, that's great. Here it is. Kurt, your music. It's all the way down there. I'm just like, I can't please you, man. As I was this close to being like, just.
I had to turn up the music a little. That part was so good. Sorry, Kurt. No one can hear you.
Turn it up. I knew this song was gonna be good. When I sang it to the girl that I made it for, less than 5 seconds in, she was bopping her head to it. And I sing her a lot of songs, but this one was like the one where there was no vocals in here, it was just musical, right? And so she was like, and she knew she loved rock music, and so she really liked this one just like 5 seconds in. And so I knew this one was gonna be like really good, because by all the songs, there's a lot. And this is the only one I'm low-key like upset, but then I was like, actually this is great. And I knew this one was going to be really good, and Kirk really likes it too.
Actually, Kurt was a little too cool to work at Verizon. He had to quit that place. But I sure was glad I got to meet you there. And when I went in there, I was like, oh, my dog's outside and it's kind of hot. And he's like, bring your dog in. We don't care. So my dog was in Verizon hanging out, shedding all over the place. It was pretty awesome.
I really love it. This one I'm really proud of.
And like we said, he's playing all the instruments. Vocals. You've got a drum machine though.
Yeah.
Which is typical.
And the ability to make it sound like it's a person was really like, I was like, okay, it didn't sound too electronic and fake, and so that was what I got.
Sounds good.
So, yeah, thanks guys.
Sounds really good.
What?
Just a comment by Mr. Porter, don't worry. He's got no mic. Okay, the end of this is good. Is this the end?
I was in orchestra in high school. So, this is Mr. Blue Skies. That song, the way it ends with the whole
Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah, so they always kind of do that, and then they end it with this nice.
See, that's what really got Kurt and I together, was we both love classic rock, but also we talked about, I love pop rock. I'm way into pop rock.
I think it was a good idea to.
Half of my podcasts have been pop rock, so we had lots in common.
And after your head is like really bashing in from the hard guitars, I was like, let me fix that with little violins, and you're like, oh, like a breath of fresh air. Well, who is this?
Well, this is Godby, but we've always had this. We're skipping this because this is what we've started.
No, it's good. That's too good to skip.
But all of our other podcasts have had this in it for our lead-in.
I like how I like how Ken said. I was like, "Who is this?" Ken was like, "Godby."
This one. This is his Hollywood song.
Godby.
Go, Chris Godby. Chris Godby, you were supposed to be here tonight, so we'll punk you instead.
This is the Chris Godby Trippy Band.
trees and topless bars, white sand beaches, expensive cars, dirty deals for easy cash, a toothless woman going through the trash. It's Hollywood. Welcome to Hollywood. Welcome to Hollywood. Godby. Drive-bys, tattoo, silicone, plastic surgeons on a TV show, diamonds over here, a dirty needle there.
And this is his neighbor. How does it go? He just goes like, is Chris Godby so cool to like he can just knock on a neighbor's door and be like, hey, you.
Actually, Chris
Perform
Sonderegger
with
is
me.
a sugarite. Yes, in fact, he's your ex-neighbor. He used to live there. He lives in Arizona now.
This song,
The singer.
you guys can't see this, but my head is bopping just naturally without control.
It's a groove.
I'm not controlling this, and I don't want it to stop.
All right, well, while we're on the Godby groove, let's listen to another one of his. I called it The Train to Hell. He didn't give me any titles to any of his songs, so I'm just calling it The Train to Hell. How's that?
Yeah, that. I was like,
What are you laughing about? Huh?
They're being all conspiratorial over there. I don't
Are
know.
they like...
Two nerds in a pod right
Are
now,
they-
so
Are they gonna sabotage me or something?
no.
Because I need sabotaged. Speaking of sabotage, that was a nice Black Sabbath album.
and a good Beastie Boys album.
Yeah, but they were
Sabotage.
too beastie. All right. Now here's it. Chris has a lot of different styles. He's actually been putting in for music soundtracks. He's come very close to having a few songs accepted. This is She's All Alone. I believe it's about a woman that's been beaten.
Aw. That was a bad response. That was a terrible response.
But notice he's got, what is that, a mandolin or?
Sounds like a mandolin. Right?
Yeah. He can play Japanese music. He gave me all kinds of stuff. If we were going to play all his stuff, the whole podcast would be on it. None of you would be here, and what fun would that be? Because Chris isn't here. But he is awesome.
Cheers to Chris Godby, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's all drink a drink to Chris.
Raise your pints.
Sip our apple juices.
Yes.
Is he singing this one?
This is the other Chris, Sonderegger singing.
I feel like when Chris releases an album, all he needs to say is, you know, I'm singing one of them. And that's all they need to buy his album. Just the knowledge that my voice is somewhere in this. Because it's so good that it's kind of like the only pitch he needs, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you going to sing this album? I don't know, am I?
Chris Sonderegger wrote all the words. Chris did. They went on a binge one year and really cranked out music.
Yeah, that's sweet. I really like the last one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. In fact, I give it to Chris Sonderegger is a good lyric writer. If you were to, I've seen those all written out in text. pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Lots of them.
He actually, Chris did want you to come sing for him.
Yeah.
I told him about you, and he wants you to come sing.
Yeah, he does. Truthfully,
Who's singing on this one?
Yeah, he's dying to have somebody come over and
Who's
sing.
who's singing on this one?
This is the one we already heard. We'll have to cut this.
I really like it though. It sounds like
Yeah.
Morrissey.
This is the one. See, that's Mr. Porter singing background.
Yeah,
This
it
is our
sounds awesome.
only recording of Mr. Porter. Let's turn it up. Mr. Porter, sing. Where are you? Coming. Mr. Porter.
It's coming.
Coming.
Come on, Mr. Porter. Cut in.
It takes some time for
There he is.
us to learn. It's not too late to chase a dream. And Icarus crashed and
Who do I have to pay? Which backstage I have to go to be featured in the Chris Godby song? I want to know. They're talking about Turner and David. We'll all come together, like do the We Are the World.
We already asked Chris to be in our band, so sorry.
Please, Chris, please.
Here's the song we haven't done of Aanascent called I Cry. Now, this is the song that was super popular in China.
Well, by super, it's 1.5 million people. 500,000 people downloaded it from China.
Well, that's 500,000 more than listen to my podcast.
Wait,
But we're hoping to get some more listens out of this.
how do you guys get overseers?
I beg your pardon?
How do you guys get overseers to listen to your
They
stuff?
found us.
They found us through Baidu's music search engine, no lie.
And when do you work? Like, is there a specific place that you?
Well, it was on my website, and I could see where all the downloads were coming from. And I could see how they'd find us. And so I could tell that it was traffic coming from Baidu, and the downloads were going to mainland China.
Wow.
And it was a lot of them. I was like, wow, we're somebody in China.
We've recently found out our podcast is 70% worldwide and only 30% US. And one of our biggest places is South Korea. We didn't know. Hopefully they understand
One North
English.
Korean. And that's Kim Jong-un himself. You got that?
There's those fantastic vocals.
Maybe we'll be invited
So
there.
who writes your lyrics?
Like, what's that basketball player? What's it?
Mike wrote this in one shot at his desk at lunch one day, I think.
At lunch at the office, I wrote the entire lyric.
Nice.
But I had a lot of it in my head while I was going to sleep the night before. This is a story about a kept woman told from her point of view. That's one of the more difficult things is writing music that makes sense for someone of the opposite sex.
Well, I've always noticed that the Chinese and Japanese actually have a super great sense of what's music. I mean, starting clear back in the Deep Purple days, one of the best Deep Purple recordings was Deep Purple Live in Japan. Clear back in the Woman from Tokyo days, 1975, 1973. Some of the best Police live recordings are in Japan. Those people know good music and they don't even know our language, but they know good music. There's no doubt about it.
It's true. Most of the virtuoso guitar players today, Satriani, Steve Vai, Malmsteen, guys like that, Vinnie Moore, they're not making a living touring the U.S. They're in Brazil, they're in Asia, and they can fill stadiums over there.
That's what upsets me. My favorite band's Deep Purple, and not because of their old stuff. My gosh, it's their new music. It's fantastic. And you'll never hear it on the radio, because all they can play is old music. that we've all heard 100,000 times. But I was lucky. I got to see Deep Purple once. They came here with the Scorpions and Ronnie James Dio. Once I got to see them.
Where did they play?
It was in Boise.
Nice.
But typically, they're not even in North America, and when they are, it's in the East Coast. They're always
Hey-o.
in Europe. Always in Europe. The Europeans know music.
Nice. What I like about you guys' music is how, like, there are parts where the guitar and the vocals kind of support each other. You know what I mean? And you're singing high, and then the guitar will, like,
You know what I
kind
think?
of swim under you. That's really cool.
Their music's like haunting. Every song, it's just like,
and like a good.
I just darn near get goosebumps. As
pretty.
Jennifer, J-Lo, when she would talk about certain things on not American Idol, sometimes she'd go, I've got goosies. You know, if somebody was really good, that's what their music does. It just like sends chills up my spine.
I've got goosies.
That's
Yeah.
the break he likes that just went.
I'll tell you, yeah. I asked her to crack her voice
That's
there,
the
but
one I like. That's
I'll tell you my anal retentive guitar recording technique for this one,
Yeah.
and I use it on some others too. The chords you hear getting picked out here,
Yeah.
I recorded them one string at a time, so that the reverb wouldn't clash.
Wow.
Yeah, one string at a time.
So you have to go band stop, band
Yes.
stop, band stop.
Yes.
Wow.
Know that I was going to go back and record the other string.
I've done kind of stuff like that before.
Well, it's just it caused it to have its own reverb. The guitar didn't
Here's the Howls
rate
again.
The entire note.
We can't get enough of them.
Came back for an encore, I guess.
Yeah,
The same song.
it's these guys.
I love it. It sounds like
Hey.
beach music.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Very.
It does.
I want an orange crush and a surfboard and my Hawaiian tropic and
Yeah, this song is about summer sales bros.
Nice. And like they said, all their recordings are done live in a local place called The Basement. Not necessarily that great of acoustics there, but it's not bad.
Well,
We've done really well.
We record everything at Greenwood Studios. We
Oh.
just play live over at the basement all the time.
Oh, but I saw your live recording.
we
It was
did have a
really
live
good.
video there. Yeah. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
done by Brandon at the basement for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice.
I can. What I like about your music is that, like, I like to dance, and each and every one of your music, I can see myself just like dancing.
Thanks.
Just-
we get a lot of
yeah.
head bobs at least.
Shoulder shrugs, head bobs,
If we're lucky.
foot taps. The next thing, no Macarena.
The thing about these modern bands, you go to their concerts, like I went to Fun, had a fun time. But it was
As you
tough.
would.
It was tough to see because all the people in front of me were bobbing up and down. I almost had to bob up and down opposite so I could see over all the girls that were bobbing up and down to Fun. But I love Fun. Their music was so awesome.
I'm going to assume this is before the singer left.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
'cause,
Their
like,
first
he is a
album.
talented man.
Their
Yeah.
first album was so good.
Yes.
Well, when
They
I
Make It
saw
Tonight.
them, they had both albums and they
Uh-huh.
played everything, all their songs.
That's awesome.
It was nice. Like I said, I like new music. I love Led Zeppelin. I love all old music, but I'm not just gonna sit and listen to it all day long. That'd kill me. I have to mix in stuff like this right here.
Well, you want to talk a little bit about influences, like Kurt. What are your influences? What did you listen to that caused you to develop the style that you do?
Honestly, man, I mean, when I came into this country, at first I kind of dove into what everyone else was listening to from where I was from. Classic, like hip hop, R&B, Chris Brown here and there. To answer your question, like flat out, is 50s and 60s rock and roll early stuff, right? I'm talking like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Kinks, right? And a mix. If I had a radar, right? Linkin Park, Beatles, anything in between. There you go. That's what I tell
Yeah.
everybody.
You can hear it.
right? Because I want the guitars to match 1999, and I want the vocals to get the same flow and the same simplicity. Like, you know, if I can quote the Beatles, right? Oh yeah, I tell ya, I think you'll understand. I want to hold your hand. It's not. They're not being too
Profound. Yes.
They're
like
not going
today,
for a Nobel
right?
Prize.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're just it's so upfront, and
Just
that's
happy.
how.
Yes.
I mean, there you go.
The final encore from Kurt. He heard a birdie. What's the name of this song again?
It's called
Think. I got
it's called
him.
My Way.
Yeah, My Way. I couldn't remember. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna finish the podcast with a little Godby, if we can. Everybody needs more God in their life.
Godby.
So a little, yeah, Godby. All right, this better be good, Godby.
Oh wow, this is something.
Hello, hello, hello.
Once again, all instruments played by the classic Chris Godby.
It's Godby, baby. I think if Chris Godby had his own radio show, or just huh? Nice. It's a talented dude. Oh my gosh.
And he says he needs a female singer. And I think he does.
And this song?
In all of his songs. Is this the one he says sounds Japanese?
Korean. I think it's very interesting how you can put different cultures in one song. They can sound like one culture of the world, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? It's very cool. Music is real expressive like that and flexible. And
He's really got a lot of different styles of music. Well, everybody, it's been so wonderful having you all here. It's been an awesome podcast, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me, man.
You know,
Appreciate that.
our local area has tons of great bands, and I'm so thankful that I've met all of you. And we'll keep in touch.
Sounds good.
That's great.
Let's do it.
Thank you, U.S. and South Korea and Kazakhstan and all the other places that listen to us. We appreciate you all.
And thank you, Chris.
Godby.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you later.
Have a nice night, everybody.
Yeah, go ahead and
night.
say goodbye.
Good night.
Peace out.
Good night.
Yeah, adios.
Bye.
Get your fresh dose of Godby today.
What are you doing, Kurt?
Nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. Let the record show I've done nothing.
I'm afraid the record has already shown you've done something.
I identify as a man who did not commit this crime.
So what can you identify yourself as?
Yes.
A non-crime committer?
Yes.
There was one time, I have a little brother, he's 9 years old, you know what I mean? And his father's friend.
Okay,
little
everybody,
brother-in-law.
wiggle your mic. First of all, let's find if the cables are all good.
Any waddle away, waddle waddle.
Somebody's,
Any waddle away, waddle waddle.
Check.
Hello?
somebody's is still wiggly.
Is it mine? Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
Away. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Anyway, he asked the
Peppercorn bing
9-year-old,
bong.
he was like, his dad's friend was like, so Rowan, what's gonna be your occupation? And then the little boy was like, what's an occupation? And then the guy was like, what are you gonna do with your life, little boy? And then the boy was like, I don't know, probably live it. And I was like,
Check, 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 check.
check engine light, please.
Checking the mic. Check.
Engine light. Engine light. Engine light.
I remember in Portland,
Engine
like,
light.
no, no, no.